Alrighty, CNT140 bid spec. We're working on cable support. We just updated our packet tracer file with all of our horizontal cabling, so we're going to hold on to that for now. But the only thing left we're going to add is the backbone cabling later. So we'll hold on to that file for now. To be able to start adding the trays and equipment to our plan, we need some data. We need to gather some data. One of the first one is we need to know how many feet of trays we're going to need in our building. So to do this, and you can actually use my numbers here if you want to, but for this, what I did was I actually pulled up a blank packet tracer file. That way I didn't have to put this over top of my cabling or anything else. I just grabbed a blank packet tracer file, and I just put some, let me get my screen adjusted here. There we go. I just put a couple outlet boxes, and I put one at this end of the hallway, and then one at this end of the hallway. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect them. I'm just going to punch down to punch down. I'm going to keep it nice and simple. And then I'm going to create a breakpoint here and drag it this way. Essentially, that would be the tray in my hallway. And if I hold the pointer over that cable run, if I look at the total distance there, it says it's about 47.75 meters, something of that effect. That got me my estimate. Looks like when I did it here was about 46 meters. But that would get me my estimate for that hallway. So I would hold on to that number, and I would do the same process over here in the other hallway. In this case, it actually takes two runs because I'm going to go this one to this one, and I'll get that measurement and hold on to it. That's around 14 meters. And then I'm going to do this box here, the whole way up to this end of the hallway to this box. And I'll need to do two bends in this guy. I'll do bend here, and then I'll do bend here. Come on, there we go. And now I have basically this zigzag part of my tray and then this straight part of my tray. And I can even drag this down if I wanted to. And now I have, what's the distance on this guy? Looks like 49 meters plus this distance here, 14 meters plus this distance over here, 47 meters. Once I add all three up, then I can get my distance of my building. It took us like 2 minutes to do that, but I could get a real estimate for my building. And when I did it the other night, I came up with 111 meters of tray I would need. If yours is a little bit above or below that, that is fine. Quick convert that into feet. You might need your browser help on that one. If I have, we'll do meters, 2 feet. Oh, come on now. Google has an option here. I can do 111.7, whatever meters it was, 366 feet. And I could round up to like 367. So once I have that on my cost sheet here, my spreadsheet, my cost sheet, over on my, I create a new area called cable support. And the first thing I put down was cable trays, and I put that number down so I had it. 366 feet, I can even round it up to 367, whatever. So I had that number so I didn't have to try to remember it. It's one of the first things I did. Next thing I did was like, okay, I need to locate the number of trays that are going to be in my cable trays in the hall, number of cables will be in my trays in the hallway. So looking at my spreadsheet again, I'm going to go over here to the estimation side, and I'm going to look, okay, in this hallway we have this many cables, in this hallway we have this many cables. There is like 72 in total, but I'm going to get a quick look here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 times 4, okay, plus maybe 2 more. So I take that, and that'll be for that hallway. And then over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 times 4. Okay, so we have 32 plus 2 more, 33, 34. So it looks like both of these are just under 40. Just under 40. So I would know that each of these trays need to either hallway we're looking at. This hallway over here or this hallway over here that needs to support about 40 cables, which is not a lot, but when you get a bundle of cables together, it's a lot of weight. So we need that number to know what kind of weight we're dealing with, and that's going to help us pick our tray size. So we have about 40 drops in each hallway. Good. Now that we have that, we're going to look at our cable tray size. What kind of size of cable tray we need. Now, I actually have reference to this is basically the Cablefill catalog. I have this on my Google Drive, and I just have it linked for you. As you scroll down through here, one of the first areas they have in here is some like the general background or general overview. Here gives you the data cable fill table. Now I also have that linked. Okay, I have that linked here. We'll go to D2L. It is linked right here for you. Data cable fill table. I have it created as a graphic right here for you. Okay, we need that to know what size of tray we're going to select. So I get it from their catalog or whatever my manufacturers I'm working with, and I would say, okay, if I'm dealing with 80 cables of category 6 plenum, if you will, okay. If I look over here, category 6A maybe. If I'm looking at down the road a little bit, if I'm only doing 6 now, maybe I look at 6A's down the road. Here I see, here would be 40 cables. I could do a 2-inch deep by 4-inch wide tray. But that would mean it's full today. What we want to do is at least make sure there's room to double our cabling. So I'm going to at least look at like double that, about 80 cables. So an 80 cable tray, I could do a 2x8, 2-inch deep by 8-inch wide. And I know I could support twice what I'm using right now. That would give me a good ballpark to start with. You could in real life maybe upscale another time or two if you think, if you think you're going to be in this building for like 10 or 20 years and you want to make sure there's plenty of room, you could do that. But this would at least give you a reasonable size to start with. So on mine, I picked this 2-inch deep by 8-inch wide tray, figuring that's double what I need now, so I'm pretty good for down the road. So again, on my spreadsheet, my cost sheet here, I put in here that tray size selected, 2-inch deep, 8-inch wide, CF54200. That's their model number. Ooh, let me go back to here. I'm jumping around. Sorry. Here we go. Here's the CF54200, 2 inches deep, 8 inches wide. That's metric. Okay. So the CF54 by 200 would be the tray I'm selecting. So now I have some of the first pieces of information I need for my plan. I know that I need this many feet. I know that I need to accommodate so many cables, and that helped me pick this tray. All right, now I'm started. Now I'm started in my process. Now, what I do want you to do is make sure you have this and keep this as a record of you selecting that tray. So what you can do over here, if you want to download this guy, you can download this cable tray. Just download it here. And then what I did was, let me go here. I opened a Google drawing. I did a Google drawing here. And I just took that graphic I downloaded, drug it right into here. I literally just drug that file right into here, and then I create a little box to show that that's the one I selected. And then you'll save this for submission later. You'll keep it here, but you can download as a JPEG later to submit to say this is the one I picked. Here's the reason why I picked this tray. Okay, so you can download this guy and then have that for submission later. All right, I will close some of those tabs out. And now I know I'm in a very educated way, I now have picked the tray that'll work for our plan. All right. Next piece, I need to gather some more info. I need to find out on these trays how long they are, so I know how many of them I need to buy. Well, again, if I look at the catalog, and I will go, I think I have it here. I'm just showing you where I get all this information from. I downloaded and I have the catalog saved. I'll go back here to here is our cable support. Here we go. Here's the actual catalog. If I open the catalog, in the section with the CF54 trays, which will be down here a little bit. I'll scroll down just a little bit. Forget how far down they are. Yeah, here's your CF54 2-inch deep tray. If I look at the length of them, they'll show that they're 10 feet long. Okay, now that I know they're 10 feet long, again, I'll record that information 10 feet long. Now that I know they're 10 feet long, I know I need 366 feet of tray. So if I buy at least 37 trays, I know I'm okay. I'm going to order 1 or 2 extra just to be sure. So I know that I'm going to need about 39 trays to do this building. Okay, that's how I get an estimate for that. So now I have some of the first piece of information I need there.
Once I have that, I'm going to look at, all right, so here I had the quantity of cable trays needed, so I have them in my spreadsheet now. CF 54,200. I know that I need I have the quantity there now. So now I'm going to look at how I'm going to anchor these things. Well, again, in the catalog, there's different ways I can anchor them. If I go back here, I'm going to scroll down to like the next section. Here's splicing. We'll get to that in just a few minutes. Here is wall mounting. There's a number of different types of brackets that can be used. There's a universal, there's an L bracket. This is the one we're going to use that's kind of like a universal reinforced bracket. It can handle even a 24-inch wide tray. It can handle a pretty large tray. But there is other styles of wall mountings, vertical mountings. There's even ceiling mountings. So depending on where you're installing, there's different types of brackets to do this. Well, we're going to look at this style here. Okay, that's the style we're going to use. And if I look at the install guide I also have in another link here too. The install guide tells you that these trays should be supported every 6 to 8 feet. Well, if you have a 10-foot tray supported every 8 feet or 6 feet, you basically need 2 brackets per tray is what it boils down to. So I know I need at least 2 brackets per tray, and here is that reinforced bracket that we just found. Okay, so on my spreadsheet again, let me jump over here. I know that I have brackets 2 per tray. I found out. I located the CRP 200. Okay, let me go to my catalog again. Here's the CRP. If I select the 200, that's the 8-inch wide one. CRP 200, that's the 8-inch wide bracket. I know that right there would support my tray. Okay, and I know I need 2 per tray. So right there I have brackets 2 per tray. I said the CRP 200 bracket selected. So I know that I need at least 39 trays. So 39 times 2 brackets each, 78 brackets at least. Okay, so I need at least 78 brackets. All right, we're getting there. While I'm looking at that, on the catalog, it actually shows me some hardware that I need to anchor the tray to the bracket. This is this bolt, nut, and washer combo. And it's a cup washer, so that way it kind of goes over that wire basket and anchors to the bracket. And if I take a peek at that, it tells me that I need, for trays that are up to 8 inches wide like we have here, I just need one. I just need one to anchor the tray to the bracket. That's it. So I would then know I need 1 bolt, 1 washer, 1 nut per bracket. And that's essentially what I did right here. I said here is the bracket to tray mounting, and here's the 1 bolt and nut combo. I need at least 1 per bracket. And then I need the actual washer thing. That's this right here. So we have the Easy BN quarter, and then we have the CE25. The Easy BN 1/4 is the bolt nut, 1/4 quarter-inch bolt nut, and then the CE, that's basically that cup washer, and I need basically 1 per bracket. And when we look those up, we'll find out how they're packaged. But again, I'm just trying to get record of these things as I go. Okay, and I'll add them to my plan as well. And that's, I haven't broken them out here for you. Of what I picked. Here's the Easy bolt nut combo, and then the washer combo. And I'm just putting down what I need per bracket. All right. When I come back in the next one, we'll talk splicing and then start looking up some model numbers.